Bring her to the boss.
He likes it rough around the edges. What the?
You killed him.
You are going to regret that.
Ghost of Yotei is the awaited sequel for the critically acclaimed Ghost of Tsushima. This time, it's not a sequel with just a guy in the year 1274. It's over 300 years in the future in the Edo period, where you follow our new ghost, Onyo Atsu, who sets out on a mission of revenge across Esso, after her family were slaughtered by the Yotei 6 while battling her internal battles and learning what it means to live without the hate. Ghost of Yotei, despite what people say it was a great game to me, I still enjoyed the story, the combat, the emotional impact it had with some scenes. The experience was fun, the drip was infinite, the music with the shamisen was incredible. My favorite, Song of Soma, ain't no denying that. Now I beat this game originally on lethal, and it was a joy, but also a learning curve getting my ass kicked at every turn. But I learned. That's what I thought until I had my fight with the known headache in this game, Takezo, the Unrivaled. A badass name for a badass Ronin who will make sure you know why he has that name. For me, it was the slow build up into it all that really made my jaw drop. While roaming Esso, you find a dueling string in the distance. Intrigued by the Ronin standing there, you find out he's a disciple of Takezo. Who's that? Must be some crazy man who kills innocent if most of his disciples move with a presence of not caring about what others' well-being is. You find these men in different dueling trees, waiting for a strong opponent to kill or end their journeys, each with either the same objective or just another means to an end. They want to learn from the best how to be the best killer. One by one we approach, and one by one we finish. Once you defeat all 5 of his disciples, a vagabond approaches. The warrior leads us to a tree where it is revealed the vagabond is Takezo the Unrivaled. He shows his favorite tree.
This tree bears the names of those I have dueled.
While also explaining how the disciples were lost men who wanted to learn from a teacher who didn't want to teach.
You shed no tears for your disciples.
I never wanted followers.
You could have just told them that.
Did they seem sane to you?
More like obsessed.
We follow the man to a dueling ring where he tests us. I remember my first playthrough, I was struggling a bit against him. You fight him first with just a katana, blade to blade. Okay, not expected, but fun and decent. Then he tests us with a stick. And I was excited, knowing that he might have an opportunity to finally lose. We beat him in his second phase where he reveals the real fight, where we begin on the top of Mount Yotei. We make it through the brutal climb. Simple. If you know what you're doing but can easily lead to a downfall. We make it to the top. It's a beautiful view. The game has these moments where you can just really be like, wow, I wish I could see that in person. After solving a riddle left near the campfire, Takezo approaches. He's happy and grateful to be in the moment to finally die, to lose to a worthy opponent. With something like this, you want to be that warrior to help this man see the end he wants. Then the fight starts.
This will be the greatest day of my life.
And boy, does it start. You think it's gonna be simple like the first trial. Seconds. My first time ever fighting him, I remember dying in less than 30 seconds. This third trial was the real test, the real fight. Takazo comes at you fast, swift, and deadly. Every attack, every missed counter, every missed block is a reminder why he is called the Unrivaled. I can't imagine the disciples even getting close to him thinking they had a chance. I kept dying to the point the game was asking me, do I want to continue or do I want to come back later? I kept going to fight him and losing. When I finally got a good portion of his health down, the wind on top of Mount Yotei begins freezing you. And if you're freezing in this game, your health drains to the point you can die. The fight was kind enough to just leave enough to not die, only to imagine barely having health while fighting this man and getting one hit killed by him. Yeah, it was a dub. After dying more a few hours later, I just left it alone. Came back later when I had more health, more weapons, more stuff to distract him, to grasp my way. And after getting my ass kicked a few times, I finally won. Yet despite that, I wasn't satisfied. I wanted to fight him without the other weapons, distractions, just blade against blade. I finished the game struggling with Saito and Lethal. Man, couldn't get those counters for the life of me, but won. With the game beaten, no Lethal trophy, and a disappointing reminder I didn't need to play the hardest difficulty, I still felt unsatisfied because of my fight with Takazo. In the process of making this video, I wanted to just talk about how great of a battle it was and how I got defeated but was happy I won. I had to replay 6 hours of the game just to get footage of the fights and everything, so I played on hard to not stress it. I finally reached Takazo and then something happened. The mission was just to get footage of me dying alive while fighting him as expected, but I was actually getting him close to death before I died. However, to my surprise, I beat him on my 4th try on hard. Surprised because I'm still fresh in the story with barely any health, weapons, and I did it. So I felt like I could beat him in lethal. And just like that, in the matter of a few seconds, he humbled me. Again, begins a twisted battle with Takazo on lethal difficulty. Got destroyed and was wondering, what am I doing so wrong? Is it my timing, my gear? Why did this keep happening? Defeated again, I left it alone for the next day. Blessed to wake up, had my coffee and started to fight again. This time, I was expecting to just die over and over, with no chance to really reclaim any honor or anything in it. I already accepted defeat. I made my mind that I won't get the fight I wanted. The fight starts, and I'm giving it my all. I fight him with Asu's twin wolf katana and attack when I could and counter when I did. I just was flowing with the battle and the weirdest shit happened. I found myself finishing the fight with lethal in one try. Half conscious, baffled, I didn't believe that. I saved the footage and watched just to see I did it. I finally beat him. I fucking did it. But it wasn't enough. See, it wasn't enough. I wanted to beat him with both blades, my wolf and hawk katanas. Truly that would be the ultimate challenge, right? Going against a master of the dual wield, I wanted to do this. And just from that process, it felt like a dance with blades. I countered, I blocked, and dodged if I was lucky, and it flowed like a violent orchestra of chaos with blood in the snow. I did die a few times trying to claim this title, but when I finally did, I surprised myself, killing him in less than 3 minutes. This happened right before the New Game Plus update when you can time it. I went back to see if I can conquer it in less time. The most exciting thing about fighting this man was realizing who was he inspired by in history. One random day I was looking at a video of Miyamoto Musashi, reveled in history as the greatest swordsman to have lived. A man known for his unique double-bladed swordsmanship and undefeated record of 62 duels. Also known as a strategist, artist, and author of the Book of Five, a book on strategy and philosophy still studied to this day. They mention in his story that in his moment of leaving his father's home, yearning to prove himself, rebelling against his father's belief, he adopted a name, a symbol of his independence, Takezo, to indicate his fresh start before he became the man known as Miyamoto Musashi. To experience the beauty, glory, harmony, and sad moments in Ghost of Yotei, nothing would have prepared me for a chance to fight this legend. Yes, it being a video game and approaching the risk of death with a gentle delicacy is different than fighting the man in real life. I am aware of that. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. However, with the studio Sucker Punch adding this, made this experience for Atsu much more refreshing than I thought I needed. And as a gamer, I'm happy I was one of those players who fought him and won. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next adventure.